Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hey, hello, my name is Lauren. In today's video, I am sharing with you guys how you can level up your Etsy listings so that you can make more sales and grow your Etsy shop. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into it. First topic I want to talk about in how to improve your Etsy listings is of course your keywords and your SEO more specifically. In this point, I'm focusing mostly on keywords because I think this is something that a lot of us can improve on our listings, and it's an easy way for all shops of all sizes to grow. Your keywords are those words that you put into your title or your description and even your tags that help to describe your item. That and then helps other Etsy shoppers to find your shop and find your items specifically. Etsy uses all sorts of stuff to kind of have an algorithm that helps show the best results to people when they're searching through their search bar. How can we improve our keywords so that we are showing up higher in the search results and getting more sales? There are two websites out there that I personally love to use. The first one is called marmalade.com and the other is erank.com. Both of them are great websites that connect to your Etsy shop and allow you to have a bunch of tools and resources to help grow with your keywords, your SEO, and really look at your competition to see where you could be improving. I personally have used both. Marmalade is a little bit easier on the eye and therefore can be a bit easier for beginners who are looking at this kind of information, whereas erank might be a little bit more difficult to someone because it doesn't have as much of a user-friendly appearance, I would say, but it definitely has a lot more information and tools and resources that you can use. I love using both of these websites to help me to one, find keywords, and to two, develop more long tail keywords that are going to help me get found easier. When you are filling out your Etsy listing and you're choosing words to include in your title and your tags and your description, it is very important, especially as a smaller shop, that you are using long tail keywords and keyword phrases. Using these long tail keywords and phrases is going to be a lot better if you are a smaller shop because you're going to have a much higher chance of ranking for these keyword phrases rather than the more broad and general type keywords that other shops might use. For example, if you are selling jewelry and you just put in handmade earrings on your title and your tags and your description, and you are just starting out your shop and you don't even have that many listings, you're likely not going to show up under that tag and those keywords because you're a smaller shop and Etsy doesn't quite know if you're going to be more reliable yet. However, if you use longer tail keywords like handmade, glass, stone, colorful earrings, then you might have a higher chance of showing up when someone's looking for that in the search bar. Using Marmalade and erank can actually help you to find more of those keywords that people are looking for and even tell you which ones are already too saturated, meaning they have too many people using them, and which ones aren't that saturated but still would be a good keyword. The second way that you can really level up your listings on Etsy is by focusing in on your photography. This is a huge thing because as a shopper, that is the first thing that they see. They're not going to be scrolling through looking at your titles and seeing what keyword you put in there and letting that decide for them. They're going to want to see what the actual item is. And if your shop is taking pictures with your phone on your carpet and it doesn't look professional, and then they have the same thing next to it on a crisp, clean, white background that's well lit and it looks like it's taken with a nice phone or camera, they're probably going to choose that one. And you would likely do the same. You've got to think of your shop from the shopper's point of view instead of your very own. Now, granted, when you're starting out, it might be very difficult in order to invest in some different tools and things that can really help you get that nice, crisp image, but there are still a lot of things that you can do in order to improve the photography enough until you're able to invest in those things. The first being is that you can never go wrong with a bright and clear photo. My favorite thing that I used to do when I first started out on my Etsy shop was to take a plain white piece of poster board, lay it down on my floor near some bright windows with natural lighting coming in, and shoot from directly above. This is exactly what I used to do, and I literally loved the results. And I think it's a very simple, very inexpensive way to get started with your photos on Etsy. I would then make sure that if you are using a phone to take your pictures, that you are using the best phone you have possibly available to you. So if you are at home and you know that maybe your child or husband or a friend has a better phone or camera than you, it might be worthwhile asking them to borrow it to shoot some of your different product photos. Because if you're someone who just doesn't like to update their phone, doesn't have the most recent phone, then your quality is definitely going to be suffering in this area, and you will be able to notice on Etsy. Once you've kind of prepped and prepared yourself to take your photos, the next thing to note is that you want to include as many photos as you possibly can on your listing. That means filling out every single one of them if you possibly can. Now, if you can't, there are plenty of ways to fill out your photos by things like informational slides or sizing guides, colors, whatever else you may need to include. But having as many photos of your actual physical item is definitely a must, because people are not seeing your item in person. They can't touch it, they can't feel it, they can't look at it in detail. So you have to do that for them, and you have to show them all the wonderful aspects and details of your item that you're selling. If you are looking to invest and really level up your photos, I would highly suggest investing in what is a little studio box to take your product photos in. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. I will link this one from Amazon down below. This is an amazing place to start if you're looking for a very professional looking photo. And you can literally get these for like under 30 bucks, I'm pretty positive, and they're going to be so much more helpful in helping you get a very clean, crisp photo for your Etsy shop. It also takes the distraction of a background away and really allows you to focus in on the item at hand, and that's just going to be better for your shoppers. As mentioned before, when you're looking to fill out those photos, you might want to actually consider including more modeled shots. So having friends, family, or even yourself actually pose with the items, show how they're being used or wearing them, whatever it is that you might do. I love seeing items that are actually in use, and I think that's one of the best ways to get people to buy your item, because they want to imagine it in their space or on themselves. For example, if you are selling handmade pottery or bowls, it would be so helpful to see these items staged in a kitchen, in use while someone is cooking, or just living their lifestyle out. I think this is just such an easy way to really draw your shoppers in and make them want to purchase your item. The third area, and a way in which we can really level up your Etsy listings, is through the video feature. This is a new-ish feature that Etsy has rolled out a couple of months ago, but it is so useful. One, Etsy loves to promote listings that use this feature, so that's already a win right off the bat. Two, this is another opportunity for you to show what your item is going to look like in person. This is great for size reference or showing people how to use it, or you can even show a behind the scenes of you hand making the item. I mean, what better way to get people interested in what you're selling than to show that you spend your hard-earned time and all of your amazing talent making this beautiful item for them. People love to see that kind of thing, and this is a great opportunity to do so. So utilize the video feature in your Etsy listing. I promise it's going to be worth it. The fourth way we can improve our listings is by focusing in on what we include in our description box. This is a great place for you to, one, not only include your keywords that you might be having in your title and your tags, also a great place for you to include a lot of really good information. This is where you want to put as many answers to people's questions as you can possibly think of, so that they're not having to message you a million times a day, and therefore you're not dealing with customer service messages all day long. Some great things to include in the description box would, one, be an actual description of the item. What is it? What is it made of? What is the color? Are there color options? You could potentially include sizing or variation options that you offer. I would also include things like your shipping and your return policy, so that customers have it right there in front of them and know exactly when it's going to come to them. Making sure to include all of this information into your description really allows you to answer those questions and save more time on your back end through your messages. And my last and final tip for really leveling up our Etsy shop and our listings is by actually filling out our attributes and our tags as much as we possibly can. Your attributes are all of those little tiny drop-down options that Etsy gives you on your listing, such as, for example, if you're filling out a t-shirt, it's going to ask you what the neckline of the shirt is, what the sleeve length is, what is the main color, what is the secondary color, what kind of occasion is this for or celebration. Those are your attributes, and those are actually how people can filter their different searches whenever they're looking for an item on on Etsy. So this is a great way for you to show up in more people's search whenever they're looking for something. Usually when they're searching for a specific item, if they want to filter for any specific results, they do so on the sidebar of their search, and that's where those attributes come in handy. So if you have them filled out, you're likely going to show up more in searches and really help people to narrow down and find your item. I also want to extend this to the tag section as well, because I always talk about your SEO in your title, your tags, and your description. And your tags are an essential part of your listing. They help Etsy to determine what your item is and who it needs to be shown to. So including all of your keywords in your tags is going to be what you need to do. And then using all of your tags, all 13, make sure they are filled out. If you can't come up with a niche one, it's okay to use those broad terms in your actual tag. This is what's going to help people be able to find your listings, and it is very, very important. Question of the day for you guys. Which one of these tips did you find most helpful and you are going to be using to help level up your Etsy listings? I want to know down below in the comment section. I can't wait to respond to you guys. Right here on the screen for you, I'm going to leave another Etsy related video I think you're going to find helpful, as well as an entire playlist full of more Etsy videos in case you want to binge watch some more. Down here, you're going to find 2 subscribe buttons. This one's for my main channel here. I have new videos every week, as well as my lifestyle channel where I also upload weekly. That is going to bring us to the end of today's video, guys. I hope that you found it helpful. I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.